So I'm finally making the video that I've been promising about our travels to Tennessee and to Pennsylvania and everywhere we went. So the reason I'm making this video is because we had a fun little incident that I should share with everybody. So last night, Friday night, we were leaving Pennsylvania. Sorry, during the day. We were leaving Pennsylvania, heading to Virginia to go to Williamsburg area. We ended up in a small town area. As I was driving, I felt kind of a shimmy in the trailer, which felt odd. So I looked in the rearview mirror, and when I looked back, I could see there was smoke coming out of where the wheels are. Now the trailer's a double axle. Okay, so there's two tires. So I assume something has definitely gone wrong. I immediately pull over, hit the emergency flashers. I get out and I go back and look, and it appears that, I'm assuming, I'm not a mechanic, but this is my best guess, the wheel bearings seized, and as we were driving, which turned to the wheel, but the hub assembly, whatever that is, did not move because the wheel bearings had seized. So essentially what it did is it twisted and ripped all of the studs off where the lug nuts go and shredded the metal part of the tire. So of course I have road service. I call road service to get a tow. We're not in danger, so to speak. We were on the side of a highway. We weren't obstructing traffic or anything. So I called to get a tow. They send me the message saying they found a tow company who's going to take the service. Great. Well, I call the tow company to make sure they have the right equipment, because this is a 33-foot trailer that weighs about 9,000 pounds. I call, and of course, they do not have the equipment to do this. The road company did not relay this correctly. So I tell them, they say they can't do it, they cancel it. I call the road service company back and explain this to them. They say they're going to find somebody else. Meanwhile, I think it was probably 2 to 3 providers that they dispatched next. Each one of them I called to verify, which they did not have the right equipment. So the road service company is not giving them the correct information about this. So I call the road service company back again and explain that they are not doing this correctly. I asked for a manager. I get a manager on the line. I explained to them that this has to be put up on a flatbed, or what's called a lowboy, a very short, rolling, long flatbed. This cannot be towed wheels down. The wheels aren't moving. So they look into this, and they say they're going to find a new provider. I would say a good hour goes by, and by now it's been an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes, something like this. We've been sitting there. I call them back, and I said, can I get an update? Like, what's going on with this? They say they're having trouble finding somebody. She recommends we call. She asks if we should call 911 to get a sheriff out there, as it's starting to get dark, and I'm getting concerned about being on the side of the highway, with other idiots. So the sheriff comes. We end up obviously we called 911. The sheriff comes out. I explain to him what's going on, and apparently they can get people to tow where road service people cannot. So I think this is great, wonderful. So he sits behind us with his lights on. Maybe within a half hour, he comes up and says that they found someone that they've dispatched that's going to be able to tow us off the road. I said, wonderful. He's there. He knows the situation. They're going to do this right. So we're waiting. It takes probably 45 minutes to an hour for the tow guy to show up. Now it's been, I think, just over maybe 3.5 hours at this point. We've been sitting on the side of the road. I see the truck coming up from behind. I see the lights. I'm, yay, he's here. Awesome. So he pulls up alongside of us to pull in front, and he has a very heavy duty tow truck. It is a triple axle tow truck, not a flatbed, not a trailer, nothing, just a tow truck. So immediately I'm like, this has got to be a joke. I get out, I go walking up to him, and I said, do you have somebody on the way with a flatbed? He says, no. And I said, you're not going to be able to tow this. The wheels aren't moving. He wants to take a look at it. Fine. We come back, we look. he says, well, we can probably just take that wheel off and I can just tow it on the one wheel about a mile up the road to this empty parking lot where no one will bother you until tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow or Monday. Great. Okay. So what he does is he takes the tire off. He uses a chain to chain up the axle so it's not sitting on the ground. So it's probably, I don't know, this 6 inches at best clearance. And then he proceeds to tell me that this whole thing is going to cost $1,050. And I say, okay, am I paying you? I said, why am I paying you $1,050 to tow me 1 mile? I can tow me 1 mile on one wheel, on one tire. I said, so why don't I just do it and not pay you $1,050? He says, oh, well, because you pay me whether I do anything or not. Me just showing up is $1,050. So I proceed to get a little frustrated and not sure what to do. I said, I'm a little confused. You show up, you really can't tow this where it needs to be towed, but yet I still have to pay $1,050 for you to do something that I can do. And he says, he'll make me a deal. He'll cut it down to $550, but I will tow it and he will kindly drive behind me with the lights on. But I can't exceed 20 miles an hour because all the weight is on one tire. The tire cannot handle this trailer because it's about 9,000 pounds. And if I exceed that speed, most likely the tire will blow. Not nerve-wracking in any way. So I think, wonderful, great, what a deal. So we get ready. The sheriff blocks traffic in the highway. I have to do a U-turn across a highway, okay, to get onto the other side to go back about a mile. So the sheriff blocks traffic coming. The tow truck goes and blocks the oncoming traffic. I proceed to do my 5-mile-an-hour U-turn, basically, to get going. He then stays behind me. We get up to this little area of this abandoned building that has a parking lot that I will apparently be okay and not harassed and be safe. Wonderful. We get there, I get it backed up, I get it into place, we put the stabilizers down, we're there for the night. Okay? So, today began the calling of everyone else in America trying to find someone to come out and tow this thing, and guess what? There is no one. So, now I am waiting until Monday to begin calling a company that may be able to do it depending on what vehicles they have available. So you have to go through these apparently like transport contractors that can move these, but they don't know if that specific lowboy style tractor trailer is going to be available on Monday. I just have to call and find out. Great. So now we are hanging out in an abandoned parking lot next to a Little Caesars Pizza, mind you. Where are we at? We're in Bealston, Virginia. Bealston, Virginia. We are approximately 30 miles from Manassas, Virginia, which is where the service place is that I'm trying to get it towed to. So, that's our adventure for the day. My confusion here is what I would love to know. Is this a normal event that happens when you travel with travel trailers? Is it, like, if it breaks down, is this something that's a huge problem for everybody and I did not know this? Because this is insane to literally be trapped, stuck in a parking lot for 3 days minimum, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then hopefully Monday getting somebody. This is concerning because now I'm scared. We're traveling all over, and if we have this happen again, are we going to be stuck for 3 days? Like, I've never heard of this. I've never heard of seriously not finding anyone to be able to do this and being stuck in a parking lot. So, if anybody you know or whatever has had this experience or has a solution to this experience, I would love to know. Because, yeah, I don't want to hang out for 3 days. But I don't really have an option right now. So, please, anybody who knows how to get around this or what to do or how to handle this, I would appreciate it. Please let me know. Anyway, I will update you as the fun goes on, and I'll let you know what happens Monday when we have to call and hopefully find somebody to come out Monday. Bye.